What does it mean to be in the realm of desert? Fire, water, and the desert. Those three elements had to be together in order for the light of immortality, the light of Shavuot, to be revealed. Just as these three, water for the most part is free, fire for the most part, anybody can basically start a fire, and the desert is a place that is open for anybody to enter it. Just as those are the three parts of this world that are basically for free, therefore, so too are the light of the Torah is free to anybody who wants it. Whoever does not make himself like a desert, completely open and free to everybody else, cannot attain wisdom, cannot attain the light of the Creator. So that's a very difficult work. Hefker Bamidbar, to make yourself basically free to anybody else, which would mean, again, a person who will have no issues with people treating him this way or that way, good or bad, somebody who is constantly of service to others, being basically free to all like a desert is a very high level. So the Midrash, the Kabbalah seem to be writing two contradictory concepts. Right? On the one hand, it says that the light of the Creator, the light of immortality, is free, just as fire and water and the desert are free to all. And then they seem to imply that no, first you have to do all the spiritual work of becoming free to all as the desert. So how can we understand these two teachings, which are seemingly contradictory, as making sense together, first? And second, most importantly, what is the spiritual work that the Kabbalists are trying to give to us, to make us understand with these two teachings? So they explain. Im ha'adam mevin shemitzido אי אפשר לו להשיג שום השגה. If and only if an individual understands that he or she on their own cannot come to anything, cannot come to any understanding, רק מה שחננו השם מתנת חינם הוא הדת, only the free gift, even whatever level of understanding an individual achieves, he or she understands that it's a free gift, אבל מצד עצמו אין לו כלום, but him or herself on their own do not have wisdom, understanding, or anything. Just as the Zohar compares the moon that has nothing of itself, only the light that the sun gives it. That is the only way an individual can connect to the light of the Creator. There is no correlation between action, even spiritual work and study, and the gift that we receive. One can then say, well, if there's no correlation, what's the point of doing the work? So now we're going to learn, as Rav Ashlag teaches us, the secrets of work and gift, both not being related but necessary. So Rav Ashlag says, there's a famous section in the Gemara that Rav Ashlag quotes. Amar Rabbi Yitzchak says, this is from the You Shall Choose Life, section 93. Im yomar lecha adam, if a person tells you, Yagati velo Umatzati, I have worked hard and I have not found, I'll see what you're looking for, but I haven't found it, al ta'amen, don't believe him. If a person tells you, I worked hard and I haven't achieved, I haven't found, don't believe him. Lo Yagati Umatzati, I have not, if a person tells you that I have not worked hard and I found, al ta'amen, don't believe him. Yagati Umatzati, if a person says I did the difficult work and I found, ta'amen, then you can believe them. Rav Ashlag says, Hikshinu, al ma shekatuv Yagati Umatzati. The two words that are used in the Gemara, Rav Ashlag says, are hard work, yagia, and metzia, which is when you find something. Shehalashon lichora soteret et atzma. The language is contradictory. Ki yagia nofelet al kinyan, because when you say that you work hard for something, then you've acquired it, you've achieved it. Umetzia nofelet al davar shemagia lo bli torach klal. But when you use the word finding, you're referring to something that you didn't work for, that you happened to find, without any thought. If the Kabbalists and the Gemara are trying to tell us that you've worked hard and you've acquired, which is the way most of us understand everything in our world, both spiritual and physical, that you work hard and then you earn it, then it should have said Yagati, I've done, if your person has done the hard work and he acquired, meaning he now can take ownership on something. Why Rav Ashlag asks are these two words used? And these two words really are the secret of life. Because it says, if you want to achieve anything, you want to achieve a connection to the light of the Creator, you want to achieve any blessing in your life, you have to be Yagati Umatzati. You have to do the hard work, and then you stumble over something. And Rav Ashlag says those two words again seem to be a contradiction. And here Rav Ashlag again reveals a very, very important secret. And there are very few times in Rav Ashlag's writings where he makes it clear that if this is not a constant consciousness in your mind, certainly in your spiritual work, then you're missing the point. There's one time in the beginning of this book, of this introduction, and this is the second time. And it's important that we pay attention to it. Teda, Rav Ashlag says, and personally for me it's always exciting to be able to understand Rav Ashlag in a deeper way and also be able to share it. When it says in the Gemara, Rav Ashlag says that you find, again, which indicates a stumbling across something unearned, something unrelated to any of the work you've done. It's referring to a verse that Rav Ashlag brings, which is that those who search for, who desire for, who yearn for the light of the Creator will find it. וסובב על מציאות פניו של השם יתברך. And this refers to the finding, as Rav Ashlag refers to it, the face of the Creator. מציאות פניו יתברך. The face of the Creator, which Rav Ashlag makes clear, is the entire purpose of our spiritual work. The entire purpose of our study is to find the Creator's face. מציאות פניו יתברך. To find the face of the Creator. As it says in the Zohar, Rav Ashlag says, by doing the difficult spiritual work, you merit to come across, to see the face of the light of the Creator. And we have to understand what that means. What does it mean to find the face of the light of the Creator? But Rav Ashlag is saying this is the one thing that the Kabbalists are speaking of. The entire purpose of all of our spiritual work is to find the face of the Creator. And therefore, but just we'll go back to understand exactly what that means, but Rav Ashlag says because the purpose of all the study and because the purpose of all the spiritual work is just to find the Creator's face, therefore the word metziyah or stumbling across or unearned gift is used. And therefore they say that only if a person does a difficult work and then he finds the Creator, he finds the face of the Creator, you can believe that that's the path. Because the difficult work is where? It's the spiritual work, it's the study, and all the spiritual tools and actions that we do. But what are you finding? What are you desiring to manifest from all that work? It's to come to this level which is called the revelation of the Creator's face to you. And because ubechavana lo amru yagati vezachiti, and therefore they don't say that through the spiritual work you will earn something. כי אז היה מקום לטעות בדברים שהזכייה או הקניין סובבים על קניין התורה בלבד. Because then an individual can make the mistake, as many people do, that they are both gauging themselves and focusing themselves on the spiritual work or the tools. But Rav Ashlag makes it clear that nothing that we do of a spiritual nature is for the work itself. If you pray, it's not for the purpose of prayer. If you're studying, it's not for the purpose of study. If you're sharing, it's not for the purpose of sharing. The only reason, and therefore the only gauge that we need to have is, did I stumble across, was I gifted a higher level of the Creator's revelation of His face to me through this action. What's the secret of the revelation of the Creator's face? So read here section 47 in the Yushalshu's life. And again, these words, and we have to understand this, is that when we say these words and we read them from Rav Ashlag, it's not just about understanding, and therefore it's exciting for me to repeat them over and over again. They actually awaken at least the possibility of our achieving this level of consciousness. Ma perush shel hapanim shel Hashem yitbarach. Rav Ashlag says, what does it mean? What is the secret of the Creator's face? V'tavin zeh, and Rav Ashlag says you will understand this, b'domeh le'adam, when you compare it to a person. B'sha'ah sheroeh hapanim shel chavero mekiro techef. If you see a friend of yours, you see their face, you recognize him, you know who they are. Ma she'ein kein bero'ehu derech achorav, but if you are walking down the street and you see your friend from the back, az eino batuach be'akarato, then you're not sure, is that him? It looks like him, but I can't be sure unless I see his face. Ve'alul liot besafek, ulai hu acher hu, ve'eino chavero. Then you might think, maybe it's not my friend, maybe it's somebody else who looks a little bit like my friend from the back. But when you see him from the face, you know this is him or not him. V'chen hadavar shelefanenu, and this is the secret of what we're talking about. Because, as Rav Ashlag teaches us, the one thing we know about the Creator is that the Creator, the light of the Creator is goodness. And because the essence of the light of the Creator is good, therefore what comes from the Creator, any connection we have to Him, has to feel good, has to be good. When an individual feels the ever-growing beneficence and goodness of the light of the Creator towards him or her, meaning not only are you receiving goodness, but you're saying this is so amazing, this is coming directly from the light of the Creator. Again, because goodness can be, you can be enjoying a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, you can be enjoying a steak, right? But really, that doesn't have to be from the Creator necessarily, right? I mean, that could be coming from somebody lower. But to experience goodness and light and happiness and fulfillment, and to be able to say, oh, this is from the Creator, it's got to be something amazing. Right? And therefore Rav Ashlag adds the words, בשעה שהשם יתברך הולך ומיטיב עם בריאותיו, אשר ברא כמתנת ידו הרחבה. When an individual is experiencing this overwhelming abundance and beneficence coming from the Creator, נבחן זה שפניו יתברך מגולות לבריאותיו. Then you can say, that's the secret, that the face of the Creator is revealed to you. Which means, again, just to be clear, when you are experiencing not just goodness, Rav Ashlag says, it has to be kimatnat yado harechava. It has to be goodness that is so overwhelming that this you could say, oh, this is the Creator's beneficence towards me. This is the Creator's goodness towards me. Only when you're experiencing that overwhelming goodness are you on the level of, Rav Ashlag says, the secret of the revelation of the Creator's face to you. If and only if. So how do you know? It's very simple. In this moment, are you feeling overwhelming beneficence from the Creator? That is befitting the light of the Creator? Then you are on the level of Gilui Panim. You're on the level of the light of the Creator, the face, what's called the face of the light of the Creator is being revealed to you. Because then you recognize the light of the Creator. Because you know that the light of the Creator, at least towards you, is behaving as you would expect the light of the Creator to behave towards you. But whenever you're not feeling that overwhelming beneficence, whenever you're not feeling that overwhelming goodness, then it is said that you are not connecting to the face, the revealed light of the Creator, but you're connecting to the back. You're confused. This doesn't feel like it be coming from the light of the Creator. This pain, this difficulty, great or small, this is not coming from the Creator. This is referred to the secret of the back of the face of the Creator, because the face of the Creator, the totality of the beneficence of the light of the Creator, is completely concealed from the individual. That type of feeling, what do you feel? Whatever you're feeling right now, If you're feeling overwhelming beneficence, if you're feeling overwhelming goodness, then you're connected to that realm that's called the panim, the face of the Creator. If you're feeling anything less than that, even a lower level of goodness, it means that you're connecting to some level of the back, to a concealed aspect, hopefully even concealed aspect of the light of the Creator. And then, of course, it's compared to when you see a friend in the street, you see his back, you don't know if it's him. So this is very, very important understanding. As Rav Ashlag makes clear, this is probably ultimately the entire purpose of all of our spiritual work. And we have to ask ourselves this question constantly. In this moment, in this day, what type of connection, what is the flow of light of the Creator that I am experiencing now? Is it the panim? Is it the face? And what does it mean, the face? Again, when it's, and these words of Rav Ashlag, Shemitiv kematnat yado harechava, that you're feeling such an overwhelming flow of light to the Creator, you're saying this must be the Creator. Anything less than that, either lower levels of goodness and certainly things that are uncomfortable, things that make you upset, when you're in that place, then you're experiencing what's called the achorayim, the back. You're confused. This doesn't seem right. Again, regardless of what you tell yourself, once you're experiencing anything lower than an overwhelming beneficence, then you are not connected to the face of the light of the Creator. It's a very, very important understanding. And then Rav Ashlag says, when we said Yagata Umatzati, that you do the spiritual work, the difficult spiritual work, and you merit a gift. What is the gift? The gift is the Gilui Panim. The gift is the revelation of the Creator's face to you. And this is the singular purpose of our spiritual work. The singular purpose of our spiritual work. When you do spiritual actions, Rav Ashlag says, and we'll read this, you have to make sure, unless it's almost pointless, that your consciousness is, I am studying this, I'm reading this section in Zohar, I'm doing this action of sharing, I'm doing this action of connection for only one purpose. I desire for the revelation of the Creator's face to me through this. I also know, and this is important, that no amount of work that I do, and this is something that I'll share with you, I was reading letter 10 from a friend of mine with my son, with David, and I read there a section that I read many, many times, but I understood it in a completely different way, in a deeper way. Rav Brandwein is speaking to the Rav about something that he spoke about in the previous letter. He's speaking there about joy, but joy is just an aspect of the light of the Creator. And Rav Brandwein says, and I hope I can explain this properly, but this is very important to understand. He says, Ha'emethu, Brandwein tells the Rav, of course, the truth is, Ki hasimcha hu me'advarim ha'omdim beromo shel olam. Joy, happiness, is one of these lights and gifts that is most elevated. It comes from the upper world. And it's a gift. It's a gift, a free gift given to an individual. He says, but the truth is, Lo yimna tov ma'olech tamim. Do your spiritual work. And when the Creator sees that this person does the work, the Creator says, this is the type of person to whom I'm going to give a gift. Not that there's any correlation between the work done and the gift received. There is no correlation between the work done and the gift received, but, and these are the secret of the words where Renwein says, he says, but Lo yimna tov ma'olech tamim. But if the Creator sees that this is somebody who really, really, really wants to do the work and really does the work, the Creator says, to this person I'll give the free gift. But Rav Brandwein makes it really clear to the Rav, don't confuse these two issues. Don't confuse the yegiyah, don't confuse the work with the free gift received. Because once you do that, again, and think about it, we all make this mistake. I read Zohar, I'm drawing light. No, you cannot draw light. I make this connection in the morning, I pray, I draw light. No, you can't. There is no correlation between the yegiyah and the mitziyah, between the work and the gift received. When the Creator sees that this individual does all the work that he or she can, the Creator says, to this person I'll give a free gift. But not that there's a correlation between the work and the gift. Very, very important. And back to what Rav Ashlag is telling us here, that the entire purpose of all of our spiritual work is to be zoche legilui panim, to merit truly feeling completely that abundance of the flow of the light of the Creator to us. And if not, and if the purpose and we do not focus and constantly awaken within our consciousness this focus, you'll never achieve it. You can be studying and you can be doing the spiritual work, but you have to have the right consciousness. The Rav always tells us, what Rav Ashlag is telling us here. If you do not have the right consciousness about it, you can be spiritual all day and all night. You'll never receive the free gift. Because again, we all make the mistake, either thinking that we have and therefore we can earn, and making the correlation, we attach the yagiyah and the mitzvah, the work and the receiving. More importantly, we don't focus the work only on this concept. Rav Ashlag says, and now you can understand, Rav Ashlag says, why the Torah is called life. And why it says that the light of the Torah is life for those who find them. It's all based on, Rav Ashlag says, a verse from Proverbs, from Mishlei. Ki be'or pnei melech chayim. And the light of the face of the Creator is life. The light of the face of the Creator is life. Biyot she'Hashem yitbarach hu makor kol hachayim v'chol hatov. Because the light of the Creator is the source of all life and all goodness. ועל כן החיים נמשכים לאותם הענפים הדבקים במקורם. And therefore the light of the Creator shines down to all those branches that attach themselves to the root, that attach themselves to the essence of the light of the Creator. שזה אמור, so who are those who merit this life? באותם שהתייגעו ומצאו אור פניו יתברך בתורה. Those who have done the hard work and have merited for the revelation of the Creator's face to them through their study and through their spiritual work. דהיינו שזכו לפקיחת עיניים בתורה בהשגה הנפלאה. That they have merited through their study and through their spiritual work the complete revelation with unbelievable levels of the revelation of the light of the Creator to them. The goodness of the light of the Creator. And therefore, Rav Ashlag says, once you understand this, that the entire purpose of all your work is just to merit that revelation. לפיכך הזהירונו חז"ל במקומות הרבה על תנאי המחויב בעסק התורה. And therefore the Kabbalists tell us time and again that a person must make sure that their spiritual work is lishma, is for the name of the Torah, which means באופן שיזכה על ידיה לחיים. That the entire focus and consciousness and desire behind all your spiritual actions, behind all your spiritual study must be to achieve life. ולדבר זה ניתנה לנו. And this is the only reason we have it and the only reason we receive it. Here Rav Ashlag says, again, this is only the second time in this introduction, Rav Ashlag says, this is the type of thing that if you do not have in your consciousness before every study, before every action, before every connection, it's almost pointless. מוכרח כל אדם. Rav Ashlag does not use this phrase often. Every person must. בשעת העסק בתורה להתייגע בה וליתן דעתו וליבו, to focus his thought and his heart, למצוא בה את אור פני מלך חיים. To merit, to find through the study, through the spiritual work, through the spiritual action of connection, the face of the light of the Creator. דהיינו השגת ההשגחה הגלויה שנקראת אור פנים, which again is, as we've explained, is the secret of the revelation of the Creator's face, which is when the individual feels completely the total revelation, the light of the Creator, the abundance and beneficence, as is befitting the overwhelming light of the Creator. Rav Ashlag makes it clear that any spiritual work that we do, any study that we do not say, the reason I am studying now, the reason I am doing the spiritual work now, the reason I'm doing this action now, is so that the Creator sees the work and says to this person, I will give the free gift of the revelation of my face. And this, again, we understand what does it mean, the revelation of my face, which is that the individual begins or continues, as the Rav Asher with greater and greater revelation, the beneficence and goodness of the light of the Creator. This is it. This is the entire purpose, and this needs to be the entire focus of all of our work. And then ask yourself the question, am I there? Or am I, forget about it, am I there? Am I focusing all of my work here? How much of the Creator's face is revealed to me? Which means, how many moments in a day, or how many moments in a week, or how many moments in a month am I experiencing what's called, in the terms of the Kabbalists, the face of the light of the Creator, which means an overwhelming abundance, as befitting the light of the Creator, that light. And don't fool yourself by saying, I'm doing all this spiritual work, I'm doing all of these connections, and I'm studying all these things. If you're not growing in your experience, the face of the light of the Creator, which means simply you're not growing in your constant experience of the overwhelming abundance of the light of the Creator, then you are not doing the spiritual work as it's meant to be done. And you have to make sure, again, these words that Rav Asher does not use often, Muchach kol adam, every single person must make sure before any study, before any spiritual work, the only reason I'm studying, Limtso ba et o pnei melech hayim, to merit the free gift, as it's of course referred to, of the face of the light of the Creator to me. And nothing else that we do, no other excuses or no other experiences should fool us into thinking that we're doing the spiritual work, or that we're studying in the proper way, or that we're connecting in the proper way. The simple question has to be, is my experience of the overwhelming abundance of the light of the Creator, as Rav Asher says, that overwhelming openness of flow of the light of the Creator into my life being experienced by me more and more every day. If not, then there's definitely something wrong, that I am doing something wrong. And the minimum, as Rav Asher says, is because we're not probably, I can say, guarantee most of us are not focusing the entire spiritual work that we're doing, whether it's study, or whether it's prayer, or whether it's actions. The only reason I pray, the only reason I study, the only reason I do these actions is to receive the free gift of O Pnei Melech Hayim, of the shining of the light of the Creator to me. And I know that that's my only gauge. How much more of that overwhelming light am I experiencing today and tomorrow and the next day? Do not fool yourself by actions or by study or by anything else if this is not growing, because this is the singular purpose, the singular purpose. There's a lot more here, but what must be clear to us is that if we want to receive, and this is why this section of Bamidbar always precedes Shavuot, if we want to truly receive the light of immortality, the light of Bila Mavet Lanetzach, we have to at least take upon ourselves the responsibility to make sure that all of our spiritual work, that all of our study is only with the consciousness of achieving the revelation of the Creator's face to us through this work and through this study. B'ezrat Hashem, as Rav Asher says, if a person does that, if a person makes sure that the entire focus of all of their spiritual work is only this kot legilui panav yitbarach, is only to merit of the face of the light of the Creator being revealed to him or her, then you're guaranteed that you will achieve it.